try. Goes if you go into the broadcast thing.
Yeah, it should be good now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
We're just gonna do it all again. Hello everyone,
Nice.
and welcome to Call Spirit Tier 3. My name is Thomas. Next to me is not Lewis, but Dan. In Russia,
Thomas!
20 people.
Yeah.
What else could you want for a Tuesday evening? Danny!
Yeah, you love to see it. Get stuffed, Lewis. This is my seat now. So, Magician, the first man out, Thomas, if you want to jump to him.
We're gonna quickly have a look on board with him. As he is back on his steering wheel, he raced on his pad 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks. And, well, let's put it this way, it wasn't quite a success. But he's back on the wheel, he should be doing good now, so hopefully for him, he can finish on the podium, because, like, fair play, I've had my wheel issues as well, but there was literally no point in my brain considering the fact that I was gonna go onto the pad. So fair play for trying it, fair play for trying to complete the full race as well. But he is back with full power now, so let's see what he can do.
Yes. New helmet as well, by the look of things. It's not one I've seen him use before. I might be wrong, but
I think that's the standard helmet you get when you load up the game, because I've got that one as well, because I just went onto my PS5. Well, it's interesting.
Let's see. Sector times from him are looking pretty good. First sector's a little bit slow, but he is on the medium tyre compared to the other runners who are on soft, so that's to be expected. Middle sector was very good, and it's 33.1. I've got no points of reference for you from last night because it was tanking it down yesterday.
A lot better weather this night. Yeah, but this was 132.4 on the softs, so if there's anything to go by, then Blaze did a very good job with a 133.1, but let's see what all the others are doing. We've got Verimir back after God knows how long.
It's over 3 years.
You love to see it.
He left, of course, when his, well, I assume only, but could be his eldest child was born, his first anyway, and has returned to us after all that time away. See if fatherhood has dented his speed somewhat. I hope it has. I don't want to be competing with him next season again.
Traumas. We've got Two-Spell coming through the final chicane now. Only 2 more corners to negotiate. Second place in the championship. Unfortunately for him, he can't win the championship anymore, but he can still go for a day's success, and he puts it up into P4 with a 132.5. He is, now I need to get my maps correctly, he's 7/10 of pole position. Marina with a 131.8.
Just watching the other returning driver to this tier, that's Salt, currently in 17th place. He's reserving tonight in the Aston Martin with K-Mark absent, but it looks like he's back.
He invalidated his last time, so he needs to go out and try again. As Mitch put in a 142.006, which puts him up into P2 so far. We go on board with Hilly, the new Coles admin. Things you'll love to see as well. Here he goes.
It's a shame though, because it now means that he's an admin. He can't win, and it's not necessarily a prerequisite. It's more a curse as Varamir jumps up to the top. 31.7 on the medium tyre on the second run on those mediums as well.
Well, I won the tier 2 championship, but to be fair, I shouldn't have been in that tier.
We liked you in there because it was fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed winning. I can't even finish a race nowadays. It's a joke.
You see, this is what old age does to you.
Yeah. Oh, this is what a girlfriend does to you.
Alright, stop showing off.
Here comes Hilly. P9 so far for the Dutchman.
Yeah, had a rough exit from the final corner. I wonder if he's trying to save a little bit of time so he can keep it in the bank so he can go out on his mediums next and really push. Now he's got a banker in.
Here comes Jimmy James, purple sector 2. I don't know if that is still the case or in fact the fastest sector 2.
Sector 2 at the moment is Mitch, 31.7.
Hesmania is up there together with Vermeer, both in the 131.7. So that shows that people can go a lot quicker. Ooh, Stumpy retired. Is that coming out? That is coming out of the last corner. Stumpy binned it into the wall on the right hand side on exit.
We had Blades do that yesterday. Exactly the same incident. So we never saw him do it, but I have a feeling they just clipped the grass on the outside, and then when they put the power down, it slews the rear end round, and hello wall.
Yeah, and unfortunately around this track, if you hit the wall, it's pretty much game over. Doesn't matter where you are on the track.
Salt on his return to EU3, putting it on pole position provisionally at 131.4.
Interesting to see that the complete top 4 is on mediums. And after that, only P5 and P6 is on softs, because we've got Stumpy still in P7 on those mediums. We've got Electric Blade on the mediums inside the top 10. So more medium guy runners inside the top 10 than soft. That says enough about this track as well.
It does, and I'm just wondering whether or not those times are on the softs, are representative. Because you know what these guys are like, Thomas. They'll try and find an advantage, and if that means putting a slow banker in to start on the mediums, then most of them will do it.
Yeah, 100%. I would have done exactly the same. Just put a banker in. If you know you're gonna qualify on the mediums anyway, why not wait until the track is at its optimal grip level? You've got a banker set already, so you don't have to worry about track limits, and just go full out on it on those yellow wall tires. I would have done exactly the same. So only fair play to these guys. The only thing is though, it's the pressure that you need to put in a lap on those mediums, because otherwise you'll have to start on those softs, which you clearly don't want to. That's the only thing you need to worry about. These guys who have already done a lap on the mediums don't have to worry about that one. They can go out on the softs at the very end of the session and just defend that medium lap, so to say. Stitchy now comes across the line. He puts in on 36.1. That's definitely a banker lap from the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah, Stitchy just coming off the back of a race in Brazil, I think, straight into this one. Very different track to Russia, so might be taking a little bit of time to get used to the circuit. Neil out on track. Currently P12, he's out on softs again. And something interesting I've just spotted. So this is Roland, currently P4 on the mediums. Set his time on 1 flying lap, whereas the other guys around him needed 2.
Okay.
Obviously that's going to help him when it comes to the race a little bit. He's going to have fresher tyres, but I was wondering, is that going to be a more aggressive warm-up from Roland compared to the others, or do you think it's just...
Yeah, I think it's more because this track is it's so easy to get your lap time invalidated, that I think these guys made a mistake, ran wide somewhere and just got their lap time invalidated. I think just Roland did it in a clean sweep, out lap. Or no, not really a banker, but a fast lap and then in lap, and then try to save those mediums up. But what I really noticed on this game is that when you qualify on a specific tire and you can't get your car back into the pits, it adds like 5% tire wear to the tires, which is strange. I don't know what that AI is. Is it the AI doing some burnouts or something after qualifying? Like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Flat out, don't they? It makes no sense.
So it's a smart call from Roland, from pretty much all the medium runners, to be able to get their car back into the pits and not add more tire wear to the tires.
Roland, incidentally, has just come out again on a set of softs, so whether he's going to try and improve again, I'm not sure. Neil, though, at the moment has marginally improved through the middle sector. He had a very rough first sector. It looks like the car's not got a lot of front end, which, considering he's on the softer compound, is a worrying trait for them to have. Does improve by 6.5 tenths of a sec to go 5th.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the fact that we still got 4 people on mediums in the top 4. I'm surprised there is no one on the soft able to be quicker. Like, it's only 4 tenths, but still, you're on a quicker tire, so to say.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you who might be able to do it. Our champion-elect, P19 at the moment with no time set. He's just about to come through the first sector split, but he's invalidated, running wide at turn 5.
And that's his second, if not third time he's done it already in this session. So it's not been the qualifying session Jimmy James would have hoped for. We've got Charlie now. He is in P20. He had a brilliant race last week where he showed some really good pace. So let's see what he can do this time. He was not really really a fan of Russia when we announced that we were going to race here the week after Spain.
At least it's dry for him.
Yeah, at least it's dry. He was probably really happy to not have raced in EU4. He comes across the line and he puts in a 131.8 on mediums, which is only a tenth slower than a Vermeer in P5. And here come the quicker times.
He's on pole now with a set of softs. Austin the Monkey's up there as well. And Marina Rat as well improves his time.
Really now through the last 2 turns. What is the Dutchman going to do? Coming out of the last turn now. He put on to get a good exit on towards the line. 138.41.8, but it's on softs P7 so far for Hilly in the Williams.
Yeah, and Salt and Varamir looking to try and stick, I think, with those soft tyres. Electric Blade puts himself into 5th. And Roland is half a second off at the moment. So good final sector. Could see him on pole position. Another driver that's had the resurgence this season, hasn't he? Irritatingly for me.
Well, he put a lot of money and time into his setup and wheel, and it's definitely showing that it works out, because he puts in a 130.8, which is 3/10 quicker than Hasmania at the moment. But crucially, he's on soft, so he gave up his medium tire choice for a set of softs, but he is on pole position. Let's see if he can remain in that position until the end of the session.
Yeah. Of course, normally we're maybe 30 to 40 seconds behind the actual timer, or ahead of the actual timer, I should say. So once the yellow flag's clear for that slow-moving Williams, is that Hilly who's been stretching his fuel? It is. Hilly's stretching that fuel tank a little bit too far. Electric Blade on his way in. Cygate up to 5th. Good luck from him. 31.3. Got Mitch on an outlap at the moment. A lot of guys on outlaps. No one, I don't think, on a flyer. Not rapid. Just started a flyer, Thomas.
That's good. Let's see. Really very long left-hander. I noticed that it is a great opportunity as well to overtake the car in front by putting up your ERS. Using it a little bit through the left-hander can set you up for a move down the inside for the right-hander turn 4. I noticed that during my last race around here, where I actually overtook 2 people through that corner. So don't rule it out that you can only overtake on a straight, because it's definitely an option.
Yeah. Oh, back end steps out there for Rapid. He's going to have to try and recharge his battery and go again. But does well to stay out of the way of the other drivers heading round. What we did notice yesterday in EU4 actually was Shane in particular was very, very good at setting people up for moves through the long left-hander at turn 4. He caused them to go defensive into turn 2. Well, what is officially turn 2. And then would use the exit that he would get from taking his normal line to be able to throw his car around the outside of the opposition through the long left-hander.
That's a really smart one as well, yeah.
Yeah, he made a lot of good moves like that yesterday.
Fair play to Shane. That's a really smart move as well. And of course we've got the very long back straight with the DRS, which Mitch is on at the moment, as we're going on board with him. Let's see what his sector 2 is looking like. He's currently on a 132.0, which he set at the beginning of the session. He is improving by 2.5 tenths so far. And if you can improve that little bit more, you can definitely get into the top 10. Ooh, a little bit Cautious on exit there through the uphill chicane off camber. I hate that corner on exit. It's
Oh,
terrible.
it's shocking, isn't it? Salt's on a quick lap as well when you watch Mitch across.
P7.
The 7th, 31.5.
Really good.
Salt invalidated, I think, coming through the final corner. So that's going to be him set there, I think.
Yeah, because he invalidated him for the next lap as well.
Although, importantly for him, as long as he doesn't drop too far down, he's on the medium tyre.
Yeah, good point. In P6, it's on the edge, I think. We're currently on board with Hasmania. He's on a 131.1, 3/10 of Roland, his pole time. As Jamie James puts it on pole position on 130.7. There we have the tier 3 champion, and he exactly shows why he is it. Can Hasmania improve? His teammate is in P13. Charlie won't be happy with that one. Can Hasmania keep the reputation for AlphaTauri high around Russia through this technical sector 3? He goes through the chicane for the final time in this session. Good exit, as close to the wall as you can get it for the last two corners. Two right-handers, get a good exit, don't cut it, don't run wide, and he goes onto the line, but he doesn't improve. Well, he improves lap time wise, but not position wise, and he stays in P3.
Just on board with his teammate at the moment. Charlie has improved through the first sector, and he's improved through the middle sector. Around 3/10 up at the moment on his previous time. So we put him in that battle for 8th.
Almost lost it there through the beginning of the chicane. That lost him definitely some time. I think maybe 2/10. So let's see how much it cost him. Oh, he improved by 3.5 tenths. P8 for Charlie, but definitely not a perfect lap time. Salt is not gonna improve. No one is gonna improve unless Mitch is gonna do something special, but he is not. So this is the results for this qualifying session.
It's a good result, I think, for Salt. So he's the only man in the top 10 who's going to be starting on the medium tyres. Everybody else, of course, on softs. And Varamir in the prime position in P11. He managed to stick it out until the end. Electric Blade, the one that loses out, though. Starting in P10.
Yeah, definitely the worst position on the grid, P10.
Two guys without times as well, Max and Bama.
Yeah, Max normally does does the thing about not setting a lap time in quali. Surprisingly enough, that Bama has been able to put in a lap. Wondering what the reason for that is.
He has set some sector times, so I think it's just invalidations.
Which is understandable around a track like this.
Yeah.
So here we have it, the final results for qualifying session tonight. We've got Jamie James on pole position, showing why he is the EU3 champion. Profodas in P2, will be happy with that one. Hasmania P3, Marina P4, Austin P5, Psyche P6, Salt crucially on those mediums P7, Charlie P8, Mitch P9 and Electric Blade rounds off the top 10. Varamir P11, Healy P12, Wizard P13, Stampy P14, Rapid P15, Digi P16, Camping Lux P17, Blaze P18, Max P19 and Bama P20.
It's like we're professional. Of course, top 10 hard to start the tyres they're qualified on. That's soft tyres for all of them except for Salt, who's got the mediums. Outside the top 10, they can do whatever they like.
Yeah, definitely. What tyre do you think everyone is going to go on to then outside of the top 10? Are they going to go for the mediums, or or is someone going to gamble going on to the hards? Because on this game I noticed you don't really want to go on to the hards.
Well, it depends on the track. I mean, last week in Spain the hard wasn't the worst tyre in the world. It just depends on the setup. I mean, the main problem people have with the hards is that they're really difficult to keep in the temperature window and keep warmed up. That's often the problem I had. I mean, I know at Monaco earlier this year I ended up on the hards going for quite a long time, and they were stone cold for most of the race. And around a track like Monaco, as you'll know, that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Um, but that's been the main issue I think that people have had. Neil said the same back in Imola when he ended up on the hard tyres for a bit. Keeping temperature in them is the big problem.
Yeah, and I think around a track like Russia, it's not gonna be an easy task to keep them up temperature, especially not when there is not a sun out there in Russia, which currently is the case because it's overcast for the beginning of the session. So I think we will be seeing a lot of guys going on to the medium tire. We'll be surprised to see anyone going out on the softs, but you never know. Maybe Bama will be the one going on the softs, going for the aggressive strategy at the beginning of the race to try and improve track position before eventually a safety car of some sort come out.
I was going to say, yeah, an early safety car for someone on the soft tyre could be a good call. Well, now we can have a look.
And there it is. Can we please clip it? Because I'm a genius.
Are we clipping this along with the, if he does the one stop, I'll eat my shoes?
Yes, because that was probably Russia as well, wasn't it?
No, it was Hungary.
Was it Hungary?
Actually.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I remember something
Hungary
around Russia as well. I said a lot of times I was gonna eat my shoe, but it never happened.
No, I think there was 3, wasn't there, for your shoe? There was one at Spain, one at Hungary, and one at Spa. And the Spa one nearly came in.
Yeah,
if he'd not put it in the wall.
Well, I lost a membership to well, not to Shane in particular, but what did I say? Was it last week or was it the week before? I don't know. I said if Jamie James was still gonna finish on the podium or something. I don't know what I said, but I was gonna give away a sub, and at the end I had to. So I'm not gonna make any more bold predictions, unless Bama is gonna make a cheeky one stop and finish on the podium. Then I will eat my shoe.
I think the top 2 here, barring any sort of catastrophe, are going to be pretty much set. I think it's third that people are going to be fighting over. And I would be inclined to. Do you know what? I'll go for it. I think Bama can get a podium out of this.
Is Bama gonna get a podium? Okay.
I'm going for it.
That's a very, very bold prediction. I'm gonna say Jamie James P1. I'm gonna go for a Salt P2. And Charlie P3.
Ooh. Coward. Yeah, no, I reckon Bama can get himself a podium out of this. If things go his way, I reckon he can do it.
He's got Eagles in front of his name. He can do anything.
Yeah.
Not biased at all.
Float there. Yeah. Don't drink and drive, kids. Take acid and teleport. That's how we do it. So, Jamie James leading the field round to the grid then.
Rossa is accusing me of being high. I wish I was, mate.
I mean, obviously we can't say it on stream, but you should have heard what he said to me just before we went live.
I've got it ready. I'm working on it, Rossa. Within 2 hours I will be.
So
no one heard it.
It's the most Dutch sentence I think I've ever heard.
You love to see it. I'm trying to get a good camera angle, but it's not allowing me to. Things you don't love to see. There we have it. It is 5 red lights, the 25th of January, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a really good start from Jamie James, a really good start from Profotus as well. Hasmania has a really bad start. Marina has a brilliant start as he goes all the way around the outside of Profotus already. Is he gonna get into P1 as well? I think he is. Unless Jamie James defends the inside, which he does. Hasmania goes for a very late move, and he chaos at the back. Oh, rode it around. Collision
and he's
with
collected Mitch. And that's Roland out. Mitch ran wide at turn 2. He went deep on the brakes, went for the escape road, and there was just a wild Red Bull appearing in front of him. And that's Roland out of the race.
That is a shame for Roland, as he was in such a good position already. I think he made a collision with Marina or Austin. It was one of the Alpines that made contact with him. But yeah.
looking at the... Yeah, it was Roland who collided with Marina at the game, judged that Roland was the one at fault for that. Obviously, that's not going to be what we take as gospel. And if it comes into the stewards room, we'll have a look at it. Camping Docks and Stumpy came together as well. That's some damage for Stumpy. And I think, yeah, everyone else, apart from Mitch, obviously, has collided with Roland. Everyone else has got away with it. Pretty much damage-free.
Damage-free, and there we have my prediction. Sol on the podium. There we have it. Now keep it like this, not biased.
But look at the three big winners off the start of 6 places. That's Camping Docks, Magician, and certain Mercedes.
Certain Mercedes already up into P14. We've got green flag conditions once again. With Hasmania and Vermeer going at it. Vermeer around the outside. Just like I said in qualifying, it is an overtaking opportunity to go around the outside of turn 3 into turn 4, and he's done it. That's Vermeer up into P5. Crucial on the mediums as well.
Very much so. And we're looking at the tyre wear figures. Some of the soft runners are going to be starting to feel those tyres going off the cliff already. Rapidly approaching a fifth of their lifespans worth of wear. Marina actually doing the worst at looking after his tyres, followed by Hasmania, so you can see already. Electric Blade running deep though there, and Charlie's going to challenge around the outside onto the back straight. Takes that position there. Good move from the AlphaTauri.
Here comes Electric Blade straight back at it with the slipstream, no DRS. Oh, Charlie defends the inside very aggressively. Electric Blade has to go the long way around and he can't make the move stick. Charlie runs deep though. Can he stay in front of the Haas? Yes, he can. Charlie defending his P7. Oh, we've got a Haas. That's Jimmy James. Jimmy James is off at the chicane. I don't know whether he made contact with Marina or it was a mistake on his own. But he drops all the way down to P11.
His fastest lap comes in for Cygate. That's a rarity, isn't it? Go on, Cygate. And then Bammer takes it off his teammate. So yeah, Jamie James there. I mean, it'll be light work for him to get back up through the field, you'd have thought, but the soft tyres now. Sorry
to interrupt, here comes Charlie! Charlie and Austin going side by side, little bit of contact, but no damage so far. Charlie remains at P6. Sorry, mate.
No, you crack on. Electric Blade has picked up damage from somewhere. Has allowed his teammate through, whether that was voluntarily or not. Bammer up to 10th though now. Took it around the outside of Jamie James through turn 3.
Oh, not Rapid and Healy both had to avoid a very slow Electric Blade there. And it almost caught not Rapid going into the wall, but he kept it on track. And he can continue his way, trying to get past Healy. He's going for the move. Down the inside with the DRS. Easy move. Got it done before the braking zone. Very well done by Not Rapid, who is now up into P12.
Tichy as well. Circling. Like the vulture. Waiting for something to happen to take those 2 places. He's on his medium tyres though, so he's going to have to pay a little bit less attention to the cars ahead and more about his tyre life. Jamie James, I think, made another mistake. Through there's Hasmania's gone.
On exit, a safety car.
Start finish line, just as Stumpy did in qualifying, as we saw a couple of guys do yesterday. Right then, so this is where drivers who underfueled their cars can start to claw some of that back. That's 2 spell, 0.8 of a lap underfueled. Stumpy, 0.8 underfueled. And Tichy as well, I believe. Yep, Tichy a whole lap underfueled at the moment.
Interesting strategy to underfuel your car.
If you can guarantee a safety car, it's probably the way to go. But
yeah,
I suppose round here you're gonna get one, aren't you?
Yeah, unless anyone suddenly has a clean race, but that never happens. So what are the people on the softs going to do? I think it's a little bit too early to pit, unless they're gonna go on to the hards. But I think it's a little bit too early to go on to the mediums and make it till the end.
Yeah, it would have to be a 2-stop if they change from now, unless it's to the hard tyre. But Magician has come into the pits and put on a fresh set of softs, so he's going to go for a blast of a 10 laps and then bolt some mediums on probably to the end around lap 15 probably by the time we get going again.
Yeah, I don't think 2-stop strategy is the way to go around here, as you lose quite a lot of time through the pit stop phase.
Yeah, it's around 20. Well, it was 25 seconds last night, and that was in full wet conditions. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here come. Yeah, all the soft runners go in. It is Marina going into the pits. We've got mediums ready for Bama, and we've got mediums ready for Marina as well. So, are they gonna risk it for the 1-stop soft medium strategy? I think they are.
Tichy and Max are coming in as well, and this I'll be interested to see what they go to.
Charlie on hards.
Yeah. Tichy in for a set of hards. Jamie James onto hards. Max onto softs. Now I know the kind of tactical games Tichy likes to play, so we might see him come back in next time around and put another set of mediums on. If he thinks that they can go to the end, then he might just be cycling his tyres to put his fresh set of mediums on, and then he'll try it. But the fact we've got Jamie James on a set of hards, I think, is quite telling on what people's strategies are going to be like.
We've got Fallen back in the chat. The Fallen 9-7. It's like going back 3 years with Veramir Racing, Fallen in the chat, Mitch Racing. What a nostalgic day it is today.
Oh, it's unreal. You'll love to see it. Fallen, we need you back in the league, man. When are you going to be racing with us again?
Yeah, true. Totally agree.
I don't want any of this life getting in the way nonsense. You make time.
So let's see. Let's get the situation all clear now. We've got the top 7 will still have to make a stop, and everyone else has made a pit stop, or at least once. We've got Marina, Saige, Austin and 2-spell on the mediums. We've got Charlie, Jamie James, Tichy and Electric Blade on the hards, and we've got Blaze, Max on the softs, and Mitch on 2-level mediums.
Yeah. And is Tichy going to be doing that? Yes, he is. I called it. Tichy coming back in. I'm going to call it now. He's going on a set of mediums. Stompy's in as well. Oh, Mitch! Oh!
No.
Mitch, incidentally, could go to another set of mediums now, to the end. Stompy going to softs.
That's a interesting call.
Yeah, Tichy though back in, serving a second stop for what, a set of mediums, as we thought. Mitch onto a set of mediums as well, and leapfrogs Tichy, and being held up by his teammate. Magician back onto a set of mediums as well.
So you,
Stompy, of course, had
by
damage to change as well.
With Tichy now going from the hards to the mediums, is that indicating that they can actually make it from mediums until the end?
It's more indicating that Titch thinks they can, or that there might be another safety car later on. Judging by some of the tyre wear percentages of the guys who started on the mediums, so I mean, if we look at the worst of the runners who started on the mediums was Salt, but of course he put 2 laps on them in qualifying. Varamir, even in second place, started on a fresh set, so we'll look at him. He's currently... Oh, we've got Jamie James has lost it somewhere, and he's got no front wing.
Oh,
I just saw a big flash of red appear on on the task screens there.
Oh my
So
days,
that's gonna
yeah.
be-
Oh, and safety car is in this lap. He will be kicking himself
he
for that
will,
mistake.
But fresh set of mediums on, and if they can go to the end, it might be a blessing in disguise for him.
Yeah,
Have to wait and
apart
see.
from the fact that he will be like 30 seconds behind the pack, but
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
it is Salt now who can dictate the pace. When is he gonna go? And is Vermeer gonna be alert enough to react to the restart? Bama in P3, not pitted on those softs. Interesting call. Same goes on for Not Rapid, and here goes Salt. And Vermeer definitely has been awake as he's got full connection. Oh, we've got Camping Ducks and Not Rapid already sort of battling. And we've got, oh look at this, Healy and Marina side by side going into turn 2. Who's going to come out on top? It is going to be Marina on the fresher mediums. Crucial move from Marina there. He's now up into P6.
Just what I was saying before, we had Jamie James's incident. Looking at the tyre wear figures at the moment, Bama actually looking after his extremely well. Actually has the same amount of wear as the two medium runners either side of him. So very, very good job at looking after those soft tyres in the early stages. From the wear figures we're getting from Varamir and Camping Docks as well, it would suggest that those tyres could make it from where we had guys stopping, so lap 5, lap 6, to the end of the race.
Okay, fair enough. Of course, the safety car helped as well with reducing the tyre wear on those 1 or 2 laps.
It would probably put those mediums at around the half their recommended working life, up towards 50% tyre wear. By the time we get to the end, if you factor the safety car in, then probably close to 60, so it's doable. I don't know what the pace of drivers who are on them will be like at that stage.
Oh, here comes Bama with a move down the inside of Vermeer into the penultimate corner. And that is Bama up into P2. He was not waiting any longer. And he makes his move and he's now up into P2. 1.7 seconds behind Salt. Can he close in and get within that 1 second window again?
Yeah, smart move from Bama. He's going to be able to use those soft tyres while there's no DRS advantage to close into the car ahead and hopefully use that to then keep Vermeer behind him.
Can I quickly mention as well that we have no penalties whatsoever apart from Mitch with speeding into the pit lane, but around the track where corner cutting is like easily done, no penalties so far.
Curse of the commentator if I've ever heard it. There are a couple of guys with 2 warnings at the moment. There's three drivers actually who have 2 warnings right now. Make that 4. Austin's just picked up a second. So it'll be interesting to see which one of them gets it first, if it is indeed one of those 4. There it is, there's one.
Yeah, you could see that one coming from a mile away.
Yeah. Jamie James with the first one. He'll be pushing hard though. We'll need to try and catch back up now. And inevitably be frustrated.
Oh, here comes
Varamir
Camping Ducks.
9/10.
Trying to make a move on Saige. Is he gonna go for a move down the inside? Oh, he was having a look, but he thought better of it. Saige got slipstream from Not Rapid in front, so that's not really helping Camping Ducks his opportunities of getting past the Mercedes in front, as they are now going through the uphill chicane. Not Rapid 1.4, 1.5 seconds behind Marina, so he won't get any DRS. So this is the opportunity for Saige to get past the Aston Martin in front. And Bama, look at him, crucially enough, closed into that 1 second window of Salt, so he will get DRS as well.
Yep, he will do. And using it well, he's closing in. 6/10 now as they head into the braking zone. Varamir crucially not in that gap, so good strategy from Bama making that move when he did last time round. Austin having to go defensive through turn 2 from Camping Docks, but Docks not able to take advantage through turn 3. He's riding on board with Hilly as he watches that battle ahead of him. Not Rapid there, getting very squirmy on exit, has to go defensive and indeed loses that position as we get overtaken by Charlie.
Austin there, 2 moves with 2 corners, Camping Ducks. Oh, yeah. Oh no, 2 spell. And we exactly saw what happened there. Oh no, I wanted to say thank, and then I can't say the word. We have ghosting
Yeah.
on, but because Charlie, because he had to brake so hard and so deep, Tuspa just completely ran into the back of him, and
Well,
he
yeah,
couldn't do
I mean,
anything about
Hilly
it.
went into the back of Charlie as well and got some.
Yeah.
He's got wing damage. Let's just see if there's any other cars who've got caught up in that. I don't think there are. No. So it's. I'd be surprised if Charlie doesn't have some sort of floor damage or diffuser damage that we can't see.
Well, Jimmy James will be
But
happy with this one as he is now back in the
he
race
will.
again.
Leading pair into the pit stop.
Salt into the pits. Bama will be going on mediums, and Salt is putting on the softs.
Yeah, so he's going to have to go for a sprint, isn't he, and try and take advantage of soft tyres early on.
To be fair, if I was Salt, I would like pit again for mediums after this lap.
You know, that's going to put him last.
Yeah, but he will be pretty much last place as well when he has to make his second stop.
It depends, man. If he gets a safety car and gets lucky, he'll be able to claw himself back up the order. But I think it's going to be important to see how many of the guys ahead of him stop. Stumpy in particular, I think we might see pit and put a fresh set of mediums on, or a relatively new set of mediums on. Stumpy, does he have them? Yeah, Stumpy's got a fresh set of mediums, so he could put them on.
Okay, that's an interesting call.
Jeremy James back in, fresh set of mediums on. Of course, he's got nothing to lose. He was at the back anyway. He'll be able to catch right back up to the pack. Gotta say, given the pace he's got at the moment, Bama's looking good.
Bama is looking good, and now on a fresh set of mediums, it's all to play for him. I think he is in prime position. Just depends on how good the guys in front are on their tires. If they can like manage those tires pretty well until the very end of the session, then he really has to overtake them on track. If they're gonna struggle with tire and they eventually will have to make a second stop, then he is in the perfect position to win this race, as Salt is definitely not gonna make it on those salts, and he will be the first one on fresh tires after that.
Seeing what Varamir does could be quite interesting, because he's on the hard tyre, was on the medium. So I'm interested to see if he comes in again for another set of mediums. He's gone round again this time, so I would doubt it. I think we'll be racing when we cross the line next time around. Hilly's in. What was Hilly on before? He's cycling. Yeah, Hilly's cycling tyres.
Yeah, Tuspa, I don't think it was like losing connection to the car in front. It was more that there was a camping that's ghosted, and it was Charlie who like broke very hard, and you just ran into the back of him. Couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, the whole trainer car sort of concertina, didn't they?
Yeah.
Charlie braked as you would expect him to do. We often say don't rely on the ghosting system. If you think there's going to be a collision, make sure you try and avoid it, which he did. Hilly went into the back of Charlie, and I think no, you went into the back of Hilly, but I was on board with Hilly at the time.
Yeah, Tuspa says now I wasn't near him on my screen, so that's an interesting one as well. Then would love to see that POV.
Definitely. So is Hilly then now down at the back of the pack, having cycled tyres?
Yeah, is the Citroën gonna come in this lap? I think so. Is everyone now caught up to it?
Yeah, I would think it will. Yeah. Man, I'm going to be interested to see is Salt on the restart. See how quickly he can attack Magician.
Yeah, he needs to be as aggressive as possible. He needs to make his way through the field together with Stumpy actually. They need to make their way through the field as quick as possible to make full use of those soft tires, because we saw how quickly they drop in pace around here.
We also saw that if you can look after them like Bama did, you can make use of them for a lot longer than most people would imagine. So from what I can remember, soft tyres are normally, a working window between 10 to 12 laps, depending on how you look after them. 8 if you do straight qualifying laps on them.
And here goes Marina as a safety car. They come in. It's already 6.5 tenths to the back of Seigate. Really good restart from Marina. Austin has been awake as well. 2 Alpines on the podium at this stage in the race. Tichy looking really good as well. In P6, made up a lot of positions. And let's see if someone is gonna make a move already. We've got a big gap between Salt and Bama. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Bama just was asleep on the restart. I think with Marina going so early, Bama just dropping back so he could put a couple of burnouts through the tyres, get the rears warmed up, and just got left behind.
2.1 seconds now. He needs to close in as soon as possible as he wants to get DRS after 2 laps.
Salt's going for it on Tichy. Side by side through turn 6. A bit of handbags there, but Salt takes P6 from Titch.
Salt already up by 2 positions compared to the start of this lap. Number 89. Looking good, he's looking strong. Mitch now is his next target.
And Salt at the moment doing a reasonable job on those tyres as well. Of course they're soft, so he is burning through them, but considering he's going to be pushing, he's not doing too badly at all.
Let's see,
carving his way through the pack up to 14th.
Sergey got a little bit tail happy there on exit. As one has already passed Blaze. I think this is the opportunity for Austin to get his way through the Mercedes in front. He is gonna have a look down the inside. No, he's not, because Sergey defends. He has to go the long way around. Sergey comes back at the racing line. Defends his position pretty well. I think that is a warning he picked up there. And it's now Austin gonna go the long way around. I think he is. Is he gonna go for the move as well? No, he's not. He thinks better off it.
Yeah, just riding with Bama at the moment. Looking at the back of Titch's Alfa Romeo. We saw Bama there set the fastest lap on the restart lap. And that will be a silver lining to the cloud of starting 2.5 seconds back from everybody. You get a nice clear run in clean air. But he is showing his pace on these tyres already.
We've got Blades who subbed. You'll have to see it. And here comes Bama with the straight line speed. No DRS round the outside. Ditchy defense, but it turns into the inside for the next corner, and that's Bama up into P7 as Austin made a move for P2 in this race.
And Salt past Mitch as well for P5. Stumpy his next target, but Stumpy on a set of softs, so you can imagine. And we're going to get DRS this time round as well.
Oh my days, who's that? Oh, we've got Jamie James with a problem, but we've got Camping Ducks with a problem as well. I think he bounced off the wall coming out of the chicane. Yellow through sector 3, no safety car. That was a really strange one.
Yeah, we've got 4 cars with damage at the moment. That's Not Rapid, Electric Blade, Camping Ducks and Jamie James. Jamie James not liking the turn 15-16 chicane. It's the 3rd time I think he's lost it through there.
Salt picks up 3 seconds, and here comes Bama. He's using all of the ERS he's got left in that Mercedes. He's really low on the ERS, but I think he's gonna get a much better exit compared to Mitch. And it will be the inside. Is he gonna make it stick? He pushes Mitch a little bit wide, but he gets the job done. P6 for Bama.
Yep, good move from Bama, and he'll have DRS now to go and chase down Salt and to defend his position. If it was me, I would use this time now just to recharge that battery a little bit, try and claw some back before you go on a charge for the cars ahead. You know that Salt and Stumpy are going to have to stop again on those soft tyres. So you've only got 3 to try and get on track, and all their tyres are at least 5 laps older than yours. So let the guys ahead of you fight first, and then come back at them later in the race. You've got, well, it'll be 14 laps to go when we cross the line. As Bama sets a new fastest lap of the race, taking his own time down to 34.1.
Oh, and here comes Salt with maybe a move around the outside of Stumpy. Is he gonna get the job done? Oh, they make contact. And now Bama is looking very dangerous as well. Here comes
Salt straight up
Salt
the inside,
down the inside. And he gets the job done. Lovely move by Salt, and Bama
lunge.
follows.
Oh, yes.
Really nice from the both of them.
Oh, that was a filthy lunge. It was like Moulin Rouge style lunge in there from Bama. Great stuff.
And now Salt is the Mercedes sandwich as he runs into the back of Saigate, which is allowing Bama to get a much better exit. Look at these 3 all within maybe 2 tenths. Let's see who's gonna come out on top. Is Bama gonna get the double slipstream? Salt has to move out of the way as he makes contact with Saigate. He's still gonna go for the move down the inside, but he can't get the job done. Now Bama with the switchback. Is he gonna come down the inside? Oh, he almost loses it on exit. They're still side by side through the chicane, and Salt remains in P4 so far.
Not quite,
but
not
Bama
quite.
takes
Bama
it.
gets the drive. You've got to say that was probably unfair from Saigate, but it's good team play. That's what he meant it for. And now I would imagine we'll get a swap at Mercedes. Or not.
Oh,
Saigate
I
seems
don't
to have
think
straight
so.
line Speed.
Oh, look at Stumpy. Oh, Stumpy was having a look, but Salt shut the door. So we've got 2 Alpines and 2 Mercedes now going at it.
Yeah. And then we've got an Aston Martin trying to hold off 2 Alfa Romeos and a Ferrari.
Brilliant battle so far. A lot of different strategies going on. We've got Marina and Austin and Saigate on 10 lap old mediums, Bama on 5 lap old mediums, Salt and Stumpy behind on softs. And it's still all to play for.
And that's what we love about this tier. Look, we've got 2 distinct groups now, but all of them equal on pace. So it's P1 down to P9 with Charlie, and then P10 with Varamir running all
Here
the
comes
way back to not rapid.
Oh, Saigate and Bama make contact. The 2 Mercedes make contact. But Bama gets
Salt's
through.
round. Salt's round. Tried to take advantage of the Mercedes coming together and caught the back of Saigate.
And Salt gets a penalty for it as well. Oh, and he spins again. Those rear tires are definitely too hot to handle.
Electric blades into the pit. I think we'll see Salt come in as well. Bam, a much better exit from turn 2 compared to Marina, but Marina's going to have the ability to hold his pace around the outside of turn 3.
Ooh. But Bama got a much better exit as he ran into the back of the Alpine.
Just tell Austin's going to be radioing back to the garage. Tell Marina to defend like a lion. Marina runs a little bit deep. Going to compromise his line.
Oh, Bama
and
with the
here comes
switchback.
Bama.
Is he gonna pull it
Oh,
off? No.
not quite. But he will have DRS. They both will.
Is Bama gonna go for the move down the inside? You bet he is. But it will turn into the inside for Marina. Oh, but he can't hold it around the outside. Lovely job by Bama as he gets into P2 now. He split the both Alpines as he's up into P2.
And crucially still within or around that 1 second mark to Austin as well. Needs to make sure he can get back in it. Is at the moment. It needs his DRS, although Marina's dropped quite a way back. Bama does have DRS though to chase down the lead Alpine.
No DRS for Marina.
Poor exit from the final corner then for Marina. Cost the DRS detection point.
Look at Saige. He needs to defend from Mitch, who goes for a move down the inside. Oh, Saige holds around the outside, but he picks up a 3 second time, but there goes Mitch. And he loses it on exit. Exactly what I did around Spain.
I'm not sure if there was contact or if he's just lit up the rear tyres there. But we missed Bama take the lead though.
What happened there? I think Austin made a mistake, or it was Bama with some insane pace through the first couple of corners.
We've seen him take advantage of the drive out of turn 3 and 4 before. Making full use of it there to take the lead, but he's going to be under pressure. Both Alpines now within DRS range of one another and of Bama. And Stumpy's not out of this fight yet either.
Charlie and Saige. Charlie down the inside, and he takes the position up into P5 for Charlie, as he is doing a pretty good job so far in this race as well. 7 lap old mediums, he's looking really good. Maybe he can take the position from Stumpy as well and think about even more, as Marina and Austin are both on 12 lap old mediums. Can play a big factor towards the end of the race as well.
So yeah, we could both be on for our predictions here. Charlie and Bama getting on the podium. That's a long way to go yet, of course. 8 laps including the one we're on. Bama trying to break the toe of Austin. Austin not going to be close enough to make a move. But Marina dropping away from the two leaders now. 1.5 seconds the gap between second and third. I wonder whether Marina has got it. Well, Marina seems to have a problem with his front tyres, and I imagine they're going to be overheating because Stumpy's got better tyre wear than him at the moment, which should not be happening.
Definitely not when you're on the harder compound. Not rapid with 3 second time penalty, as we saw Electroplate putting in the fastest lap of the race so far. Well, there we have an improvement on the fastest lap again by Sol on 1:33.0.
Takes it away from Bama, who's nearly broken that gap to Austin. Both drivers with very little ERS.
Well, look at this, look at Charlie. He wants to make a move on Stumpy, but unfortunately for him, Stumpy gets DRS from the back of Marina. So no move available for Charlie so far, as he wants Stumpy to get past Marina as soon as possible, unless Charlie can get a much better exit coming out of the last corner and maybe make a move on the start-finish straight.
Maybe, but the thing is, I don't know about you, Thomas, but if I'm Stumpy, I'm staying behind Marina. I'll just use the DRS.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'll just stay there. I mean, through the corners he's going to be slower because of the nature of his tyres, but on the straights, if he's got DRS, he can make up the difference.
See, the DRS is open for Stumpy. Charlie is no way going to make a move on the Alfa Romeo in front, and Stumpy is exactly doing what you just said. He is staying behind Marina to use the DRS he gets from it and to defend himself from Charlie behind in P5.
Looking at the DRS deltas as well, Austin has lost a lot of ground to Bama, but here comes Charlie. Stumpy goes defensive. This is where those soft tyres are going to start to really scream. I'm convinced that Marina is overheating his front tyres because he's wearing them at the same rate Stumpy is. Almost, they're wearing their front left in particular percent by percent with each other.
Stumpy will be very happy that Marina has those issues. It's allowing him to stay in P4, as I thought he was going for a move. You can just see how cautious Stumpy goes through the corners. He's not taking any risks. And Charlie behind is probably screaming behind his TV to get past these guys in front, as he will definitely be much quicker as soon as he can get past them.
Well, you can see how much earlier he's having to brake for corners if you ride off board, and just how careful he's having to be. There's a lot of lifting and coasting going on. It's because he knows he's quicker than the two ahead of him, but he can't make it count.
Here he comes. Third time lucky. Marina is definitely not gonna stay in this position. Is Charlie gonna go for the double move down the inside?
3 wide. Oh, they've all come together. And it's Charlie who's going to take advantage.
Charlie, he went for the triple move and he made it work up into P3. He will be happy that he's finally passed those two guys behind. Stumpy now remains in P4 as Marina lost out 2 positions there. But that was an interesting one there through turn 2.
Certainly was. Cygate now in that fight as well. Just tagging onto the back of those guys. So there's a penalty coming his way as well. And looking at the penalty situation then, Cygate with 6 seconds, Mitch with his 5. Then it goes 9 for Not Rapid, 3 for Dux, 3 for Electric Blade, 6 for Salt, 3 for Magician, and 3 for Jamie James. And that's 6 for Camping Dux now.
A lot of guys inside the top 10, clean of any penalties. They're doing a lovely job. And Marina, he will be looking to take that P4 from Stumpy. Oh, never mind. He ran into the back of him. Did he pick up any damage because of it?
No, he's all clear, I think. But his tyres have, they're not going to thank him. And he's not got DRS from Tichy either, so I think he's going to be a sitting duck for Varamir.
And now Cygate is the one within the 1 second window of Stumpy, so he will be looking to take P4. Let's see how well Varamir is going to do. Is he going to make a move on Marina already? Yeah, has to go the long way around on those hards. Is he going to make it stick? No, he's not, as Marina defends the inside.
This is what we saw from Shane yesterday. Marina hogs that inside line well. Of course, easier to do in dry conditions. But let's not count Hilly out of this battle either. He's there. Prowling. Bama then has just picked out at the front of the pack. Look at that, 3.2 seconds the gap between him and Austin now.
I think this is where always Marina picks up 3 seconds. This is the point where those 5 lap pressure mediums are playing a factor.
I think you might be right, and then of course we saw in the early stages on his soft tyres, Bama was doing a very, very good job at looking after his tyres. That is still the case. Charlie as well. Charlie mostly running in clear air now. He's got past Stumpy and Marina. He's doing a very good job as well. But those two in particular did a very good job on those tyres. The others around them, in terms of percentages and tyre life, not doing as well.
Cygate, he is not able to make a move on Stumpy. Is Hilly gonna make a move on Marina? Unfortunately for Hilly, Marina has DRS from the back of Varamir, so he has to wait at least another lap. These are the only close battles so far, apart from the battle between Jamie James and Blaze for P15 in this race.
Got Cygate closing on the back of Stumpy, and this is Hilly, Marina and Varamir. We might see a move between Salt and Electric Blade in the next couple of laps, depending if that gap can just squeeze under a second.
Four and a half laps to go. It is Cygate with the DRS who can now close into the back of that Alfa Romeo. Is he gonna go for the move already down the inside? And he gets the job done. Cygate up into P4. It will be crucial for his race to get away from Stumpy as he has those 3 seconds. Oh, and then we've got Not Rapid, and it's a virtual safety car.
Now then, if you're Stumpy, do you go for it? He's going for it.
He's
going
going
for the
for
stop.
it.
This could be a very, very good call. I would imagine he's going to come out somewhere.
Safety car.
I think.
No virtual.
Now then, this is going to be very interesting. Both Alfa Romeos in. They're going to be stacking, and this could be a real clincher for them. Tichy's going to lose out some time, having to wait behind his teammate. Not a massive amount actually, but he's away now. Marina is out in the pit lane, having picked up that drive-through. I don't blame him for that one. Mitch is in, served his 5 seconds, and he's away with a fresh set of softs. Baromir, fresh softs as well.
If you were one of the top 5 guys, then would you pit for softs?
It depends. Is anybody? They're all out ahead of the safety car, right?
They are all ahead of the safety car, yeah, and everyone behind pitted.
I would, yeah. Yeah, I would.
It just, well, if I was Austin and I saw Bama going into the pitch, I would definitely stay out.
Yeah, but the only one of the top 5 I think can afford to just do it without even thinking is Bama. Because he's got the pace to overtake everybody that would then be between him and the lead. The only people who really need to think about this now, to be honest, I mean, but if the other guys behind him stay there, then Bama can afford to stay there.
Bama goes into the pits.
Yeah,
Austin stays out, and I would have exactly done the same thing.
Let's see, what does Charlie do? He
stays out.
Sygate
comes in, and Hilly is too far away, I think, but he comes in anyway.
Well. Yeah, I think that, well, Bama basically has done the only thing that I think was sensible to do, personally. He's done that. He's now going to cover off everybody behind him. He's only going to drop to 3rd. He knows he's got the pace on Austin. Charlie would be the only one that's an unknown quantity to him, but Charlie's on 14 lap old mediums.
Yeah, true, but like looking at it this way, this is the only opportunity for Austin to take victory in this race, because if he would have pitted as well, I don't think he would be able to overtake Bama, as we saw Bama was the much quicker car between the two of them.
Yeah, we're going to get 2 laps of racing. I mean, the only chance I think Austin would have had is because we're not going to have any DRS now before the end of the race. The only chance Austin would have had would have been on a restart.
Yeah.
To try and get that moved on, whereas now, like you say, he's got the opportunity to hold it from the start.
Yeah, Matt says exactly the same. No DRS for the remaining of the race, so they need to do it on pure straight line speed. And Austin as well, he's got that buffer behind by the name of Charlie, who is in the same position, only 5 lap fresher mediums, who can play a big factor as well in this race.
Certainly can. Of course, everybody, well, if they weren't, everybody is now already. Is now back on the fuel amounts they need to finish the race.
Safety car in
lap,
this
as we expected.
So not everyone will be able to close in to the safety car queue when we go racing again.
There. Of course, everybody now is not under a delta either, so they can push now as Austin's holding up the pack.
Oh, Charlie!
That's for both of them, but I was on board with Bama for that. There's very little contact between them, if any, to be honest, and I wouldn't be surprised if both of them can get that removed after the race.
Fair enough. When is Austin gonna go? I think he is gonna go already. Yes, he is. Oh, and he loses it!
Oh no, he's gone!
No way! No way! The pressure got too much, and now Charlie is the one leading.
Oh, I was looking at his tyre wear figures, thinking that rear left's looking a bit worn there. Oh, I feel so bad for him. So we see Charlie run deep through turn 2. Bama's going to try around the outside of 3.
Is Charlie going to shut the door? Is Bama going to brake late?
He's going for it late. Soft tyres. Job
Where's
done.
Sygate as well?
His teammate trying to squeeze Charlie out of it. And it's a Mercedes 1-2 in Russia. How many times have we heard that before?
And now Stumpy in P4. Is he gonna take the position of Charlie as well? Let's see how quick Charlie is on those mediums. Hilly in P5. And the top three all have got penalties, but like you said, probably those 5 seconds are gonna get removed. Saige has a 3-second time penalty, so he will definitely be the one pushing. He's got six. Never mind.
Yeah, Saige's gonna drop right down. Bama and Charlie, well, Bama might be able to do it on raw pace. I'm not sure. We've seen how much he's got of it so far. But I would imagine both him and Charlie are going to drop quite a way down the order, unless it can get them removed, of course. So at the moment, Stumpy is on for the victory on the day.
So we've got Stumpy, Hilly and Tichy on the podium if it stays like this.
Oh, can you imagine, after what I said at the start, if Hilly gets past Stumpy now?
Well, here comes Stumpy. He's using all of the ERS available in that Alfa Romeo to get past the Alfa Tauri in front. He's not gonna make a move going into turn 2. Oh, but Charlie runs deep. And Stumpy will get the much better exit coming out of turn 2 through turn 3 on towards turn 4. Last lap of the race was gonna come out on top. Stumpy will once again get the better exit. They both run wide. But Charlie remains in front, as I think Stumpy will only have one more opportunity, and that's the back straight. Oh, we've got an Alpine, that's Austin off once again.
Oh, after such a promising race, the last 2 laps have really not been kind to him. And he's retired on track, which is against the rules, but you can't really blame him for that. I'd be that frustrated, I think.
So here it is, right, the final opportunity.
We said Bama had pace. At the minute, he's going to be P5 at the end of this. Once the penalties are applied, unless he can get a little bit further away from Hilly, he's now going to be 4th.
Is Stumpy
third?
Is Stumpy somehow going to find a way past Charlie? I don't think he is. We're going to go on board with Bama, as he will be the one
Bama's
finishing a
P1. He's going to hold it as well with
P2.
The penalty.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. So that means Bama is gonna finish P1, Stumpy P2, and Hilly P3.
Tichy P4, Saige 5. Charlie drops down to 6th, but could get that 5 seconds removed to take him right back up close to the front of the pack. But either way, that final lap from Bama was absolutely monstrous.
Did he get the fastest lap with it as well?
I don't know if it was with the last one, but he does have the fastest lap. Yeah, 32.0. So he's just done a last to first challenge and got the fastest lap to boot.
It's sick. What a race by Bama.
I just want people to think back to the start of this race. Yeah, Bama can get on the podium, yeah. Let's forget about the fact I said that Roland and Jamie James were going to be there as well, but, you know, Bama's there.
Well, I said Jamie James, Charlie and Salt, so that didn't really work out, did it?
See, that's where it's age before youth, Thomas. Or experience before youth.
So Bama, with the 5 seconds, still takes the win in this race. Last to first with the fastest lap. You absolutely love to see it. We've got Stumpy in P2, Healy P3, Tichy P4, Saige P5, Charlie P6, Vermeer P7 on his return, Mitch P8, Sol P9 and Jamie James P10. Fair play to Jamie James for continuing on as well. We've got Max P11, Electric Blade P12, Campinox P13, Blaze P14, Not Rapid P15, Austin P16, Marina P17, Two-Spell P18, Hasmania P19 and Roland unfortunately retired after 2 corners. He finishes in P20.
And I would be inclined to say that simply with that drive from Bama, that could go down as a COS Classic.
Ooh.
Just because, I mean, he gained nearly 2 seconds in the final sector.
True.
2 seconds, man. That's unbelievable.
Insane. Really is. We're gonna add let's see. Stumpy, Mama, and Hilly to the party. We're gonna get the Mercedes up on screen, which we haven't done in a very long time. We've got Stumpy and Bama in already, now waiting for Hilly to join the party as well. There we have it. Okay, we're gonna start off with Hilly. First race as a course admin and finishing P3 in this race. Tell us about your point of view, because what a dramatic race it was towards the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a week has it been for me, man. Chosen as admin, first race, 4 courses after that, my first podium of the season. Incredible.
Did you know about the penalty situation for the guys in front, or was it a big surprise to you at the end that you finished P3?
No, I knew Charlie had 5 seconds, and Skygate 6, I believe. So I knew as long as I stayed behind Stumpy, I would get P3. I was a little bit held up, to be honest, but I wasn't willing to take a risk. I thought just make it to the end and finish P3 at the end.
Yeah, you did an amazing job, and crucially without any penalties. How hard was it for you to not pick up any penalties in this race?
Not very hard for me, to be honest. It was just keeping it between the lines. I knew penalties were crucial, and yeah, lucky with that late safety car that it went early in the pits, so a lot of guys were far behind. So yeah, the right choice at the right time.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is, mate. Well, congratulations, go enjoy it. Incredible P3, mate.
I will, thank you, mate.
Going on to Stumpy P2, first of all, congratulations. Yeah, just wondering, because you went very long on those softs, was that always going to be the plan, or was it just because how the race turned out that you had to go very long on those softs?
Yeah, well, Tichy went to recycle the tyres in the first safety car, and I thought I'll go soft from here. What did I get? I think it was like lap 16. I had to look at my tyre wear, and it was only on like 27. So I thought I'll try, just nothing to lose, try and make it to the end. And then the safety car come out, so it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, how happy were you with that safety car coming out?
Yeah. Turn 3 started to be a bit of an issue just before the safety car. So yeah, I didn't fancy doing them last few laps.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, it was a virtual safety car in the first place, and then you already committed by going into the pits, and then it turned out to be a safety car. You were on fresh softs. Yeah, was there any point going through your mind, maybe thinking about a victory, or was that definitely going to be a little bit too much?
I just didn't want to risk it against Charlie. I had one warning while I was following him, but I had one warning earlier in the race because I got pushed to the inside. So I knew it could have got removed, but I just wanted to keep it safe and not have any penalties and take a podium.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. And at the end, you got P2, so congratulations, mate. Go enjoy it. Fully deserved.
Thank you, mate.
And then going on to our race winner, Dan said it maybe is going to be a course classic, last to first with the fastest lap. Could it have gone any better, Bama?
It actually could have gone better if my pedals would actually work on safety car restarts. My pedals would shut off for about 3 seconds when, you know, the up the hill in the last sector?
Yeah.
In the chicane right there? They would shut off for 3 seconds. And it happened the first time, so the second time it left that massive gap of like 3 seconds to the car in front. So last safety car I had to AI for one, like I tapped it in AI and then back in and they started working again.
That's why we thought you made a mistake, and that's why there was such a big gap, because Electric Play already asked in the chat as well why there was such a big gap after the safety car restart, but you made up for it, and yeah, you had some incredible pace. Did you expect to have the pace around here like you did, or was it a big surprise to you that it was so much quicker compared to the rest of the guys?
I actually didn't expect to have that much race pace. My quali pace is okay around here. I mean, it's decent. I think I did a invalid 31 flat at the end of quali. So that was good. But yeah, in the race, I don't know. My setup was just really good through the race, and it really helped.
Yeah, if you can pass that setup on for Thursday, I will definitely need it. Not that it's gonna, not that it's anything going to help because I will crash anyways. But we can at least try. Well, Mike, you drove a brilliant race, dominating performance at the end by pulling away those amount of seconds. 2 seconds then set on the last lap. Yeah. That's an incredible start. Fully deserved P1. Yeah, final sector even.
2 seconds in the final sector. I think it was just over 4 seconds on the whole lap.
Dang.
That's insane. So go enjoy it, mate. Congratulations, fully deserved P1.
Yep, thank you.
And that rounds off the stream for tonight. Congratulations once again on everyone who finished on the podium, and thank you Dan for replacing Lewis. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I'll be poisoning Lewis again in future, don't you worry.
So
good to be back, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely enjoyed every single second of it. It's been an incredibly enjoyable race, and we still got 2 more races to go. If you don't want to miss anything related to Control Speed, make sure you follow us on Twitch and on Twitter to keep up to date. Everything related to course. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for AU2, AM2, and AU1 and AM1 on the Thursday. Thank you all for tuning in. It has been an absolute pleasure, and as I always say, have a good one. Stay safe and good.